Dear colleagues, we continue our working day, and now I give the floor to Presidential Administration spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Now the information about events in the ATO area during the last 24 hours. And there is deterioration of the situation. In Lugansk area, the enemy delivered 2 shellings of our positions near Stara Aidar. It happened during dark hours. After 3 p.m., the enemy was active in Popasnensky region near Novozvanivka and Novoalexandrovka. The enemy started massive shelling of ATO positions with the use of mortars and large caliber artillery, self-propelled systems called Gvozdika. The militants stopped the fire after 8 hours. In Lugansk area, there were 17 enemy shellings, including 11 mortar shellings. In Donetsk area, the situation deteriorated sharply in Svetlodarska Bulge. In the early morning, the enemy started to shell Ukrainian position with APCs, tanks, mortars, and self-propelled systems. The fire was corrected with the use of air drones. Also, there were fighting on the way of Bakhmut-Debaltseva between Lugansk and Logvin. And the battle lasted 10 hours, and the enemy didn't succeed, and they retreated and had some losses. Closer to the evening, the enemy started mortar shelling and artillery shelling in Troitska and Lugansk front line. And the situation was calmer at other parts of front line. They delivered some fire in Mayorsk, Novoselce, Drugi, Avdiivska production area. On the whole, there were 28 enemy shellings, including 16 with the use of heavy weapons. Mariupol area, along the front line, firing continue, and aggressive actions of the militants and Ukrainian troops return fire. The hardest situation is in Mariinka, near Dokuchaevsk, and in Starognatovka, and at the front left Taramchuk, Shirokine. On the whole, in Mariupol area, there were 21 enemy shellings, including 3 mortar shellings. According to the information provided by the State Border Service, yesterday in the ATO area, there were 3 flights of air drones of the enemy. During the last 24 hours, in the result of the active military actions, 1 Ukrainian serviceman was killed and 11 were wounded. These losses were sustained by Ukrainian forces at Svetlodarska Bulge near Troitske and Lugansk. So, yesterday in the morning, a volunteer, Vasil Slipak, was killed by a sniper. He is a prominent opera singer, the participant Revolution of Dignity. He left his house in France in order to defend his native Ukraine. We express our deep condolences to the relatives and friends of those servicemen who died. On the 28th, 29th of June, confirmed losses of the enemy are 23 killed, 34 wounded. The most heavy losses were sustained by 3rd and 7th Brigade of the militants. Because there were many heavily wounded militants in the hospital, they restricted the access of local residents to the hospitals of Donetsk and Mariinsky hospitals. According to the information of Chief Intelligence Department of MOD, because one of the militants refused to shell Ukrainian positions, He is called Alexander Rozachov. The commander shot him in the leg. And also the mortar operators of 9th Regiment Novazovsk, they refused to fire at Ukrainian positions. Because they didn't want to shell at peaceful residents. One militant was killed and one was wounded. Ukrainian special services detained the militant of LPR.
The criminal was detected near Stanitsa Lugansk. The militant confessed that he was in the ATO militants group where he was participating in combats near the Bartseva and Shasta. The Security Service of Ukraine made the data public that 8 militants were detained on June 28th. The citizens of Donetsk region were recruited by one Russian nicknamed Shaman. It was found that the recruiter has been always accompanied by the advisor, Russian regular officer. The militants group was headed by Lyoha Pitersky, the major policeman of the Russian Federation, and now video confession is offered to your attention. I was born in Shakhtersk city in Donetsk region. I entered the ranks of the so-called DPR on March 23rd, and I was in the 2nd battalion in the 1st detachment. I was a grenade launcher operator. Then I was captured. I completed the task near the village of Leninska. Our units were near that village, having our positions there, and near the. We were to watch over and to provide information. I am born in 1995. I lived in the city of Donetsk. I entered the DPR army in 2016 in March. I was captured on 27th of June 2016. I was born in Yanakievo city, Donetsk region. I was born in 1967. I entered the DPR army in 2016. And when I was in our positions, I was captured on June 22nd by the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Yadirin Roman. I was born on January 8th, 1980. I live in Donetsk region, the town of Kirovsk. I entered the ranks of DPR army in 2016. We had an order near the village of Leninsk to hold positions there, and I was captured. And additional information, the heads of DPR gangs tried to demonstrate this capture as DPR sappers being detained who were neutralizing the mines, but the OSCE mission objected and refuted the claims, and they said that there were no neutralization demining activities in those areas, so all those DPR statements are false. Yet another member of illegal militants group used the security service program "You Are Waited at Home." The citizens of Bakhmut district of Donetsk region got to know from his father about this project of cooperation, so we offer his video statement. I went to the security service body in Ukraine. The judge treated me in a good fashion, and she offered me to use this program "You Are Waited at Home," and now I am at home. I have a small baby, so I would like to live peaceful life. I have not conducted any grave crimes, and I would like to call on other militants who have not conducted any grave crimes that they can use this program "You Are Waited at Home." The security service and intelligence agencies prevented the next attempt of the Russian Federation to promote separatism in Kharkivsk region on suspicion and bribing local council deputies. Alla Alexandrovska, former MP, was detained. Her son Alexander, staying in Russia, has been put on the wanted list. The law enforcement officers proceed seizing the ammunition from citizens of frontline regions at the bus station Pokrovska. The policeman yesterday withdrew grenade F1. The policeman also detained the citizens of Novogrodivka, from whom they also withdrew RGD-5 grenade. The offender explained that he found the grenade near the checkpoint location. In Dobropilya, the local citizen unlawfully kept 38 cartridges for machine gun, Kalashnikov machine gun. They were seized by policemen. Ukrainian pilots continue to improve their combat skills in Chuguyev in Kharkiv region. The exercises for master sergeant of the airborne forces continue. That's all information for today. Do you have any questions? Thank you. Unfortunately, we don't have time for questions today. Dear colleagues,